Nintendo Directs. They're pretty great, aren't they? Depending on your taste in gaming, your memorable highlights may vary, and as a result, so will your favorite Direct. Due to my gaming taste, one of my most memorable Nintendo Directs, and by far my favorite of all time, is the Direct of E3 2019. You may or may not disagree, but regardless of that, I hope you're ready to take a trip down memory lane, because I'm going to recap the highlights, my personal highlights anyway, of this peak Direct. So get comfy, sit down, grab a snack, let's start injecting some nostalgia. Injecting? We begin with a fancy edit of the games and memories we've had on the Switch up until this point, such as Xenoblade 2. Alright then. This edit brings us to the title card of the Direct, and from there we're thrown right in. Right out the gate, Nintendo starts swinging, okay? We open on a shot of Darkon, and immediately a wide number of people know exactly what they're in for.
Super Smash Brothers!
Off the heels of the Joker reveal, hype for further DLC fighters was through the roof, and you can tell they knew that because this reveal right here goes in. We see Link, Breath of the Wild Link to be exact, facing off against Darkon's forces in the forms of Marth and Meta Knight. And as mighty as Link is, we can see even he is being overwhelmed. There are times when even the heroes amongst the most renowned heroes need help in their darkonest hour. Oh my god, I cannot believe I wrote that. Wow, that does not work. Link needs help, yada yada, here's Hero. For simplicity, yes, that's what we're calling him. Even in retrospect, this trailer manages to be hype, and that's the beauty of Smash reveals like these, honestly. The gorgeous CGI, the fight choreography between Link, Marth, and Meta Knight, Hero arriving as a beacon of hope in the beginning of the Dragon Quest main theme as the camera cinematically works its way up to revealing him. It's all hype, but I don't need to tell you that. You were probably there. Unless you weren't, I don't know. We get to see a good chunk of the wonderful things Hero will be able to do that'll make him such an oh-so-lovable addition to the cast. And when all that is said and done, we smoothly transition to the very game that Hero's inclusion is intended to promote. Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age. That title though, damn. To this day, yeah, this game looks pretty great, and to this day, I still haven't played it. This was a genius marketing strat. There's no way they placed these trailers back to back by mere happenstance, okay? For people who might have been questioning whatever the hell a Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age is, the answer is just a few seconds away in the same Direct. It not only gets ideas on the character themselves, but the entire Dragon Quest IP, as well as the latest and at the time upcoming title, of which that character, the primary Luminary version anyway, comes from. They knew exactly what they were doing, and they did it right. And I was, and still am, sold by the game. It's been like 5 years and I still haven't gotten it though. We are then greeted by Yoshiaki Koizumi's familiar face, and this would usually just be the part where he says things, but in this particular case, he's saying things. That one was in all caps, so I had to emphasize it. Here in this very Nintendo Direct, we are formally introduced to the new and current president of Nintendo of America, Doug Bowser, and yes, they take full advantage of that coincidence and have fun with it in a pretty charming way. Doug Bowser unfortunately talks more about the Switch and its variety of games more than he does himself, which is somewhat of a missed opportunity, but at the same time, I don't think a lot of people would have given a damn, so it was probably for the better. So we're back at it with the games. The, at the time, upcoming Luigi's Mansion game gets an in-depth reveal and is titled Luigi's Mansion 3. Couldn't have seen that one coming. Another highlight of mine is the trailer for the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake that was shown. This is another game I have been sold on for years. And another game I still haven't bought in years. Damn it. Square Enix shows up again with a Trials of Mana being made available for the first time outside of Japan officially, which is then followed up with a port of Witcher 3, which is then followed up by a Fire Emblem 3 Houses. You know, for a Direct where the new CEO proudly proclaims there's a sure variety of games available on the Nintendo Switch, we sure are seeing a lot of RPGs. Yeah, I'm just realizing that now in retrospect, but this Direct is RPG Central. All that aside though, this trailer right here for Three Houses is a massive highlight for me personally, because it's the very trailer that got me heavily invested in this game. At the time, I was not, and still am not, a Fire Emblem fan, but fresh off the heels of my first Fire Emblem Fates playthrough, yes, I'm a Fates enjoyer, leave your condolences in the comments. This trailer, for the time, for the at-time upcoming game in the series was everything I needed to see, with it looking to be a massive leap in quality from what we were getting on the 3DS from the series. Fire Emblem's mainline leap back onto the home console was shaping up to be grand, and I am happy to report it turned out to be exactly that. This was a game I actually have owned and played, and it has become one of my favorite games of all time, bar none. With this trailer, you won't be seeing much gameplay action. In fact, I'm not sure you'll be seeing any at all, but a gripping narrative is promised here, and this game delivers. If you're at all into tactical RPGs and have not checked this game out yet, start by watching this trailer here. You're in the right hands with this one. Mr. Koizumi then appears again to tell us some truly revolutionary news.
Nintendo Switch is the only gaming console you can play not only on your TV at home, but anywhere you go.
It was 2019, dude. The Switch was in its 3rd year. I highly doubt anyone tuning into this direct wasn't aware of what a Switch was. But, alright, thanks for the insights. He tells us this as a segue into this neat/weird little trailer for Resident Evil titles being ported to Switch. Ah yes, only with the Nintendo Switch can you trespass on abandoned property for the true authentic Resident Evil experience, and only on Nintendo Switch can I play inside a volcano for that authentic going to Goron City Breath of the Wild for the first time experience. Other stuff happens, and this is the part where I admittedly start snoozing. Gotta observe those remaining dams I have to give, you know? Pokemon Sword and Shield makes an appearance here, and there has never been a dam I've ever wanted to take back more than this one. Before its launch, Sword and Shield was a game I was actually looking forward to, especially around E3 time when this aired live. Unfortunately, on Helicopium, I still ended up getting the game around Christmas time, hoping it would still be at least salvageably good. I have since given up on the concept of hope. Animal Crossing gets a release date trailer, and little did any of us, including Nintendo themselves, know at the time that this would end up being one of the greatest slated release dates of all time. Then we're shown a decent reel of games either soon to come or already available on Switch at the time, and then we're thrusted right back into another big boy announcement. An incredibly well-illustrated montage of heroes versus villains identical to the one that led up to King K. Rool Smash Ultimate reveal, interestingly enough. No, it couldn't be! But yes, sir, it was. And a move that we haven't seen before nor since. In one presentation, we wound up getting 2 Smash reveals. 2 in 1! It's been nearly 5 years and I'm still blown away by that. Man, that's how you know they knew what they were doing with all that hype. Banjo-Kazooie, who have been up there for a long time, requested additions to the Smash roster were revealed, and this was a celebratory event. Not so much for me at the time, I was just surprised by the fact that we got 2 Smash Fighter reveals. The real jaw drop would be what was to come next. It's been nearly 5 years, and the game is out, and this still has me fighting the urge to scream. Despite everything they've given us in the Direct, and despite the fact that they could have just ended it with the Banjo-Kazooie reveal, as I believe that would have been a solid enough bang to go out on by itself, they straight up hit us with the DJ Khaled another one, because they were not done. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is among the most influential titles of gaming in recent memory. Maybe in all of memory. You could argue with me on that one, but you'll be fighting a losing battle. Point is, seeing a sequel to it being announced so soon after Breath of the Wild's DLC came to an end was insane. In retrospect, we could argue whether or not they should have announced it this early, seeing as how long we would have to wait before we'd even see the game's title. But still, this is the most over-the-top cherry on top to a presentation ever, and it had my stuck in summer school ass teenage self going ballistic. For me, this Direct has the highest number of personal highlights out of any I've seen before or since, and thus, peak Direct. If you've taken the time out of your day to hear me up until this point, I really appreciate it, and now it's time we discuss all this down in the comments below. What's your personal favorite Direct, and am I wrong about E3 2019 being the peak of them all? I look forward to seeing your responses. Miguel signing off.
Nintendo Switch is the only gaming console you can play not only on your TV at home, but anywhere you go.
No! Super Smash Brothers! That was my best impression of the announcer guy from 64.